first bee video of 2022, and we are at the end of March, a few days away from April 1st, and time to open up the hive and get these girls ready for the spring and summer seasons. So I'm gonna not use any smoke today. I'm gonna do very little activity inside the hive to not get them riled up, since I'm not using smoke. But the objective today is to remove the quilt box, which is what helps get them through winter, and put the feeder on and feed them some of the syrup, which I made a couple gallons of syrup yesterday. So yeah, it's just sugar water with some essential oils in it, and makes them happy. They start eating the syrup instead of the rest of last winter's stores, and the less of last winter's stores that they eat, the less they'll have to replenish for this coming next winter. So that's the objective. Give them all the food they could possibly want. So that's never a problem. They're never malnourished. And but first, before I get them riled up, I'm going to try and get some nice close-up bee video first thing, because they are bringing in presumably pollen like crazy. They're coming in like drunkards, which means that they're heavy, and it's in the mid-50s today. Cool enough that you don't really want to get that close to them without being suited up. So I'm going to be suited up, as you can see, and get right down in their clothes and capture some video before I disturb them by pulling the roof off their hive and changing some boxes around. So that's it. We'll get rolling. Enjoy, and happy springtime 2022. A rookie move on my part. I made a mess. I have to clean that up. So, something interesting here, the fact that they are building comb. They can't build comb if they're not bringing nectar in. They're getting nectar already from someplace. They probably really don't even need feed, but I'm going to give them feed anyways. But I think this is a good sign that we are going to have a very good year. Some of that beautiful new comb that they built. To see if this will focus. There we go. We have to remove this. It's going to be in the way of the feeder shim that goes on. But that's okay. They're just so busy. They need to do something. They're building comb. It's really wonderful news. Okay, now got that part done. Put this cover on there. They will almost immediately start to calm down once I get the lid back on them. Set these girls up here in hopes that they will find their way down. I'm wanting those girls to crawl around on the larger stack of boxes. And as they crawl around, they will learn where the door is and they'll find their way back into the hive. Hopefully more go in than come out. And what they're doing is they're blowing the queen's pheromone out of that hole so that any bees on the outside realize that that is home. And as that catches on, they'll start marching inward. You see some of them starting to figure it out. Now I'll have to bring the other box back up on top again probably here and see if I can't get some more of them to follow that pheromone in. They're definitely confused because they are on comb and that comb smells like home, but it's not home anymore, so. best thing working with bees is just be very, very patient. Well, looks like, except for these two that just came back. Come on, off you go. You too. We just got however many are hiding inside here. And I only know for sure that there's one. Where'd you go? She's hiding from me in here. There she is. There's our girl. Come on. Crawl into my hand. Come on. There we go. Off me into the box. And that, I believe, is it. That's good. Try this. It's the lid from the honeycomb bucket. And that may have a positive effect. Block out all the outside air and just trap in nothing but the hive air. Give them a reason to go back down to the hole where the actual home is at. Once they're down in there, I'm going to place this feeder on. It looks to me like it's working. I don't know if the camera's showing that, but it looks like they're working their way down into the hole, which is exactly what I was hoping would happen. I'm surprised this is working, something so simple. You have to try and think about what their objective is, and they're trying to protect that opening. Well, by me putting a cover over it, maybe I've protected it, and that means they can move on to other things. And here we go. Put you off there. You know what? I think, for the sake of showing you all how this works, this feeder, the way it works, the other thing is the smell is going to attract bees, and from the outside, if I don't throw the lid on it right away, they're going to dive in there and drown. And so I don't have a whole lot of time here, but that cap in the middle, which interestingly enough is already fogging up just from the humidity that they're clearing out of the hive. They're always dehydrating in there. But that allows them to crawl down and drink the syrup. I'm going to get about a half gallon here. And because it's got essential oils in there, it's very fragrant. It will not take long for the ones up on the top to blow that smell and to communicate to the bees down below that there's nectar, or what they think is nectar. And they'll start marching up and sucking it up and taking it down and working with it, and feeding it to the workers. Just like that, though, these bees have been fed. It'd be interesting to check on them every day and see how fast this goes down. That to me is very indicative of the health of the hive and what kind of numbers they have in there. And here we go. The first ones finding their way up, following their nose. They smell something delicious and they're going to come up and inspect. It'll just take a matter of minutes till the word gets out. There'll be a lot of bees up in here sucking up that syrup. But I do need to get the lid on before outside bees start landing in the reservoir and drowning instead of being in the safety zone under that cap. So. And mission complete. Put the lid on. Make sure there's nobody in there. Looking good.